The Adventures of Anansi and the Pot of Wisdom. Anansi, the trickster, was having a terrible day. Not because he was hungry, but because he was bored with being merely clever. He watched as the elders of the village solved complex disputes and knew the names of 1,000 stars, while he could only manage small, petty pranks. What good is being a trickster, he grumbled, polishing his 8 spindly legs, if your tricks only earn you a few stolen yams and a chase by the village women. He yearned for a grand reputation, one that made him respected, not just feared. He wanted to be the wisest creature in all the world. This desire led him to seek out his old friend, the powerful sky god, Ojomankima. Anansi knew that if wisdom was to be found, it would be in Ojomankima's kingdom, hidden high above the clouds. Anansi, with a skip in his step and a glint in his eye, ascended to Ojomankima's celestial palace. Great Ojomankima, he declared, bowing low, I seek not riches, nor power, but wisdom. The greatest wisdom in all the world. Ojomankima, with his booming voice and eyes like distant stars, chuckled. Anansi, wisdom is not a fruit to be plucked. But I possess the pot of all wisdom, a vessel containing every thought, every secret, every piece of knowledge since time began. Anansi's eyes gleamed. Give it to me, great Ojomankima. Ojomankima smiled slyly. If you wish for it, Anansi, you must first fill this pot with all the laughter of humankind. Bring me every giggle, every chuckle, every belly laugh from every living soul. Anansi gasped. This was a trick. How could one gather such an intangible thing? Yet, the lure of the pot of wisdom was too strong to resist. Anansi knew he couldn't simply ask for laughter, it had to be earned. So, he crafted a beautiful, empty god, enchanted to capture every joyous sound. He then descended to a bustling village market. An old woman was haggling loudly over a chicken. Anansi, with a mischievous grin, swapped the chicken for a live lizard in her basket. When she screamed and jumped, the entire market erupted in peals of laughter. Went the god, capturing the sound. Next, he found a group of children playing hide and seek. He secretly tied their shoelaces together with invisible silk. When they all tripped over each other in a tangled heap, their innocent, uninhibited giggles filled the air. The god grew heavier, brimming with the sounds of human joy. Anansi, for once, was using his tricks for a good purpose, or so he told himself. After collecting all the human laughter he could, Anansi realized Ojomankima had said humankind. But what about the laughter of the beasts? Was that part of the laughter of all living souls? To be safe, he had to try. He approached a lazy lion napping under a baobab tree. Anansi, with painstaking effort, braided the lion's magnificent mane with thorny vines. When the lion awoke, roaring in frustration and trying to untangle himself, a mischievous hyena nearby burst into a fit of uncontrolled, cackling laughter. The god chimed. Next, Anansi convinced a group of monkeys that he could teach them to fly if they jumped off the highest branch. When they all landed with comical thoughts, the other animals, including a particularly amused giraffe, let out snorts and chutters that rattled the jungle. The god vibrated with the joy of the animal kingdom. Finally, Anansi's god was full to bursting with the laughter of the world. It chimed and tinkled with every step he took. He returned to Ojomankima, presenting the god with a triumphant flourish. Ojomankima, impressed, exchanged the god for the pot of all wisdom. Be warned, Anansi, Ojomankima cautioned, true wisdom is a heavy burden. Anansi, swollen with pride, merely scoffed. A burden. I, Anansi, can't carry anything. He tried to lift the pot, but it was impossibly heavy. This is no good, he muttered, I can't carry it like this. He decided to hang the pot from his back, so he could use all his legs to climb the tallest tree to hide his newly acquired treasure from everyone else. He wanted to be the sole possessor of all wisdom. Anansi, struggling with the massive pot of all wisdom dangling from his abdomen, began his slow, awkward ascent of the tallest tree in the forest. He grunted and groaned, his spindly legs slipping, the heavy pot swinging wildly. He tried to put it on his back, but it kept knocking against the trunk. He tried to tie it to his waist, but it impeded his climb. Oh, if only I knew the best way to carry this, he huffed, forgetting for a moment that he now possessed all wisdom. A small child, tending to goats at the base of the tree, watched him with wide, innocent eyes. Anansi, the child piped up, if all the wisdom is in that pot, why don't you tie it to your back, so it won't get in your way? Anansi stopped, his 8 eyes blinking. He looked at the child, then at the pot, then back at the child. The child had just given him a brilliant, simple solution. Anansi, momentarily stunned by the child's simple brilliance, followed the advice. He painstakingly shifted the enormous pot of all wisdom to his back, tying it securely with strong vines. Immediately, his climb became easier. He scampered up the tree with renewed vigor, the pot now resting comfortably. But as he reached the very top, triumph bubbling in his chest, a realization dawned on him. This child, he muttered, a mere infant, knows more than I, who holds all the wisdom in the world. What good is possessing all wisdom if a small child can still teach me something? In a fit of frustrated rage and sudden humility, Anansi accidentally lost his grip. The pot of all wisdom tumbled from his back, falling swiftly through the branches, picking up speed. It hit the forest floor with a tremendous thud, shattering into a million shimmering pieces. As the pot of all wisdom shattered, its contents, a brilliant, golden light, exploded outwards. Shards of knowledge, whispers of secrets, and gleams of understanding flew in every direction, carried by the wind to the four corners of the earth. Some landed in the minds of humans, some in the hearts of animals, some imbued the very trees and rivers with deeper meaning. This is why, it is said, everyone has a little bit of wisdom, but no one person can possess it all. Anansi, looking down from the treetop, saw the shimmering spectacle. He felt a pang of regret, but also a strange sense of relief. He hadn't kept all the wisdom for himself, but he had, inadvertently, shared it with the world. And from that day forward, Anansi, while still a trickster, was a little less boastful and a little more reflective. He learned that true wisdom isn't hoarded in a pot but is found in unexpected places, even in the simple words of a child, and that the greatest knowledge often comes from recognizing how much you still have to learn.